Hey guys, Jason Nedved here with Nedved Precision Shooting. Been getting a lot of requests on what this orange rifle is, what I'm running, how I'm running it. Hopefully you guys are learning how I'm running it in other videos. I've been trying to do those demonstrations, but if you do have a barricade that you have a question on how to run it or what you should do, let me know. I'll either build it or go find one, or maybe I already have it and I can do a little demonstration video just on that one barricade. So some other ideas, just let me know. But anyway, back to this. So this is my 22 LR. This is my match gun that I use for PRS 22, NRL 22 matches, the King of .28. It's not sanctioned with anything, but that is also a long range one that you go out to 511 yards. Yes, 511 yards with a 22. I am 2 out of 3 on that plate, on a 12-inch plate. I took a breath and I missed. But anyway, for another day, right? This rifle here, this is a Vudoo GUNWORKS Gen I. It has a 30 MOA rail on it. It has an 18-inch MTU Bartlein barrel, and it is threaded. No, I've never put anything on that. Never put it suppressed, didn't put a barrel tuner on it. It's a Vudoo. It just runs great right out of the box. It is a 90-degree throw being a Gen I, unlike the new Gen III 60. Those came out, those are a 60-degree throw, which would be nice with the 60-degree throw I run for my centerfire rifle. But this thing runs great. I have about 3 cases of ammo to it. So for, that's about 15,000 rounds. I haven't had an issue. You know, I clean it every once in a while. My cleaning routine isn't great compared to other people's. You know, there's a Vudoo released that video on how to clean it. That's great to do. They have a lot more research and time invested into it than I do. I just clean it when it rains or it's not shooting groups anymore. You guys would hate the way I clean it too. But anyway, it works for me. Still winning matches, still doing great. But yes, Vudoo Gen I, it's got the 30 MOA rail on it, 18-inch MTU Bartlein barrel. Great rifle. What it's sitting in is an MPA BA Comp. So that stands for Masterpiece Arms. That's who makes it, the company. BA is bolt action and Comp is competition rifle. So that's what we have sitting here. On the front here, the internal weights, that is also by Masterpiece Arms. That is to get the rifle level. So like you can see here, I let go, it just sits there. We want that because when you get onto a target, you don't want to be fighting your rifle to get it to stay forward or it's falling back. You want it just to sit. So you're not fighting your rifle as you're trying to shoot. That's why I always try to sell rifles and then get them balanced right away to make it a more pleasant experience for you guys. All right, and then I also have the Gray Ops external weights here on the side. That's for when I'm running my trigger cam. That trigger cam just adds that rear weight, you know, past our center here. So I put 2 sets on the front to keep that balance when I'm running that trigger cam, shooting video footage for you guys. All right, so that's the BA Comp, the internal weights, the external weights, that's what we're sitting in. This is adjustable here, this is adjustable here, but we're not going into the chassis itself. But those are just some of the features, so when I'm borrowing out the gun, we can adjust those on the fly. On the front here, we have the MDT SkyPod. This is the very first generation. This is a single pull. This is no double pull, no triple pull. They come in that also. This is just a standard weight, single pull. And then I took that front knob off and then put this lever on there. That works very well, so I can mess with that. I also took the clamp off, or the little head off, and I have the really right stuff head. So I have a clamp here, that's half, and then that's gonna be full lock. So this is loose, so you can just put that on. But what I like about it is when you're half like that, you can slide up and down your rail without having to, without it falling off or anything like that. Obviously that's gonna lock it in. So I do like that feature. Yeah, so that's the bipod chassis rifle. What we got sitting on top here is the Vortex Razor Gen III. I really like the clarity of this glass. The reason I run it is because when you're shooting, you can literally see your little bullet going through the air. I have new shooters, brand new shooters. This is their first year shooting, I got the Razor Gen III, and they can see their rounds going through the air. And why that is important is when you're shooting and you miss, it's not a guess where you missed. If you're paying attention, you can see where that little round went off the steel. Then you can just adjust and shoot again. And then you got an impact, okay? It's a great piece of glass. It's a 6x36, absolutely love it. I never go up to 36 personally. I tend to shoot around 20 to 21 power. Comes with a throw lever. I do have it sitting in the Vortex Precision Match rings, medium height. Works well with this. And then I also have the bubble level from Vortex, as you guys see in other videos. I'm always gripping that with my thumb and pressing in. MPA has the bubble level back here, so I can make sure I'm level there if I'm really concerned about it, but I'm always hooking that with my thumb, all right? That's what I really like about that. So we got the scope, easy to zero, things like that, and it does parallax down to 10 yards. So that is also a good feature. On the bottom here, so on the bottom of our MPA, we have an Arca rail that goes all the way down. You'll see I have this Gray Ops plate. It's called the Gray Ops Pro plate. Has these brass weights on it, and it has the clamp function. You can see there. It's a clamp function. You can tighten and loosen that to make it slide if you want it, or if you got different chassis with slightly different specs, you can get it on there, get it on tight. The reason I run that, so I get on here, it's just stable. I don't have left to right wobble. I don't have front to back. It moves with the bag. So I get on here, I'm not fighting, trying to get level. No, it takes a lot of effort to see, the whole bag is moving. So you gotta move that whole heavy fill bag, we'll get into that, but you gotta move that whole thing to get this rifle to cant one way or the other. So that's why I run that plate, is it makes you a little bit quicker on those stages. You don't have to get your rifle balanced and front and back, left to right. You're able to just throw that on there and go to town. All right, that's why I run that plate. You guys will always see that. What I always run with that plate, as I'm sure you guys have seen, is this Shmedium. So this is a Shmedium, Armageddon gear, Shmedium heavy fill. I like the heavy fill, and then I also take a little bit of fill out of it, because I want to be able to touch this finger to my thumb, be able to grind that, and those fingers are touching. The reason I do that is so it can kind of sit a little bit, and that rifle can kind of cradle itself in that bag. But that's the heavy fill Shmedium. I always run these together, you guys have seen that. I really enjoy it. My other bag that I run for a rear bag, sometimes a barricade bag, is this PINT-SIZED Armageddon gear PINT-SIZED sticky. I have this for barricades like this. If you got to go up on the leg, it will stick there. You have this huge surface area. See, it's not going anywhere. So you're able to take your rifle and you're not fighting that bag when you're shooting. You just get on there, you get rested on there. You're not fighting that, because if you grab this bag here, it's going to slide down. So you don't have that sticky on these Shmediums. That's why I have the PINT-SIZED. Like I said, I also use it as a rear bag for both my center fire and rim fire. And I put this non-sticky side. See, the black is the sticky. This side is not sticky. So I always set down my bag like this. This is the ground. And then I'm grabbing it with my left hand, and I'm able to manipulate my rifle up and down. I'll move it a little bit left and right if I need to, because I got it on the non-slick side. I'm not rubbing on that sticky surface. So that's why I use that. And I use this as heavy fill also. It kind of helps dampen that recoil, even on your center fire rifle. It doesn't just move around. The Get Light fill and the standard beads have their place, but I feel this game is not that place. These heavy fill bags are a lot more sturdy. When you get into it and you shoot, it just stays there. With these heavy rifles, you see all the weights on the front. You pull the trigger, even with center fire, and it recoils. It's not moving around. With the beads and stuff like that, you have a lot more little movements in that bag. The sand just sits there. That's why I run heavy fill. So let's get into what I use downrange, or to get downrange. So obviously when we're shooting, I'm shooting 100 yards, 190 and 275 here in the backyard I have set up year round. What I use to get there, I use LAPUA Center X. This right here. I buy it per case, so then it's all the same lot, and a case will last me hopefully a year. So I use this in several of my rifles. I use the same lot number for this rifle, then I have another lot number for another rifle, but that LAPUA Center X is very consistent. At 275, I'm able to hit my 2-inch target over and over and over again. That LAPUA Center X, the elevation is just perfect. But to find that elevation, I'm using my KESTREL here. It's not orange to match the rifle, it's just orange, so if I drop it in the field, I can find it. Got the KESTREL 5700 Elite. So this is what I use to find my dope on all my rifles. I have probably over 20 rifles in this thing, somewhere close to that. Even guys that come out here for training, I'll put their data in here so then I can follow along with them or give them better data if they don't have a KESTREL yet. And then I just sync it up to their KESTREL when they buy one and they're ready to rock and roll. But with that LAPUA Center X and this, you're able to get on, like I said, that 2-inch target at 275. As long as I get that wind figured out, we're ready to rock and roll. That elevation is just perfect. So I do like those two things. And then with the 5700 Elite, you're able to have multiple guns, multiple targets. If you don't know what those are, let me know. And then you're able to also set up a DSF to make your own, basically your own personalized arc for these little 222 rounds. So that is also a good feature. I forgot to mention with the Vudoo, I do run the poly megs. I think they're 40, 50 bucks for these things. They're great. You'll see mine is marked on orange on bottom. It's just something I printed off, put on the bottom, so I know where it's going, which rifle it's going to. It can fit 11 to 12 rounds, but I just run it. Runs perfect, and you're able to put that pressure into that meg with this chassis. Runs great. No problems. I like them. Also on the side here, we've been getting a lot of questions of what I'm using. For this here, I have a timer set here. It's a timer and the NPS dope card, the PVC one, comes with a marker. You can write all your stages out the night before, put them in storage in my tripod caddy, get them out the next day, it's still gonna be there. It's not like it rubs off. I really like it. But I have that there. And the reason I run the timer here is because typically I get done in about 90 seconds on my stages. So with this, I can see where I'm at as I'm shooting. So I'm trying to pace myself to use all of that time, all of that minute or 2 minutes. If I have a quick stage of 90 seconds, I can see that. I can see where I need to pace myself and run that rifle. So this is helping me slow down and focus more on those shots, taking my time, not, I'm on target, go. You know, it's take an extra breath, squeeze it off, make sure you got the nice squeeze and you're good to go. So that's why I'm running that timer. And then obviously for these videos and stuff like that, when I'm training, having that timer right there is very handy. I think I've covered everything on the rifle. If I missed anything, if you guys do have any other questions or why I run a certain way, just let me know. Question, comments, concerns. Reach out to us on our website. Like I said before, everything here can be found on our website. It might be out of stock, like at this time in August now. These Gen 3s are out of stock, but we do have some coming. Just, you know, keep me in mind for that. We can get your name on them if we need be. But yeah, this is what I run. We can get this completely set up for you. We even have the Vudoos in stock. Just let us know. We can help you get set up, upgrade your current project, or help you finish off a project you're working on. No big deal. If you just need the KESTREL, just need the scope, whatever. Not a big deal. Just let us know. Reach out, question, comments, concerns, like the video, share it, show your buddies. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.